What is space manufacturing and is it clean tech? Well, space manufacturing is actually very attractive to chemicals manufacturers, particularly in pharma, because the environment in space, the zero gravity, allows us to perform chemical reactions that we could not normally perform on Earth. And even outside of pharma, there are other applications, very niche, that are attracting a lot of attention, specifically in semiconductors. Now, semiconductors are obviously a clean tech sector. They are really the foundation, the backbone of all of our digital landscapes, right? So this has really attracted interest by those big tech giants, Meta, Google, all taken an interest in manufacturing semiconductors in space. Not necessarily because it's cheaper to manufacture in space, but because the environment allows us to have essentially defect-free semiconductor chips. And when you're having a lot of defects here on Earth, you're losing millions and millions of dollars every year, to your batches. So these tech giants have taken it to space in hopes of creating these, semiconductor chips more efficiently than they would here on Earth. That also enables us to perform other types of reactions with different types of metals, experiment with things that are not necessarily working here on Earth. Maybe they work in space, and we bring them back over here. The issue that people have with space manufacturing is around, is it environmentally friendly? Well, when you zoom out of the idea of taking things to space, the rockets itself and rocket launches only take up less than a few percentages at most, maybe less than 1% of the total fuel that the aviation sector consumes. So from an environmental point of view, space manufacturing is not necessarily any less harmful than the aviation sector is now. Fortunately, there are alternative fuel sources that are coming online to help the aviation sector decarbonize, and those are likely to one day hit rocket fuel. Although, like I said before, it's really less than 1% or so of the total emissions that are coming out of the aviation industry. The real environmental impact should be measured, I think, on a rocket's ability to re-enter into the Earth's atmosphere and be reused again. Obviously, we don't want to send something up into space and just lose it forever. We want to be able to use those things again. And there are companies that are helping us to be able to do that. There's SpaceX, there's Hadrian, there's Varda, all these companies that have come up with ways to allow for that re-entry and reusability of those rockets.